Oh, there you are, YouTube. As a part of the Keanu Reeves marathon that I am currently in, my wife and I just watched Much Ado About Nothing, Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, directed by Kenneth Branagh, who also stars in it. Uh-oh, got a shadow there. Right here. So, for me, with Shakespeare, I feel like I usually have to read the play or read a synopsis before I can fully understand it. If I just jump into a Shakespeare movie, that's not like a modern version of it, I guess. I really don't know what's going on. The way they are speaking is so hard for me to just let the movie sort of wash over me and pay attention at the same time or grasp what's going on because I, I, I feel like I'm hearing it and then I have to decipher it. It's like scrambled English that I need to put together, and then once I have it together, you know, two more sentences have passed. So I feel like I'm always playing catch up a little bit, and it can get hard for me to, I guess, just fully invest in the movie because I'm just, okay, what did I miss? What did I miss? So I feel like I have to pause it and then like look it up. Am I right on this? Did I get this right? Am I wrong? And that's sort of how I watch a Shakespeare film, is that I've never gone into. I have to like pause it and then watch or read a synopsis. So that's sort of how I went into this, because I've seen the Much Ado About Nothing that came out like maybe 2013, 14, 15, I don't know, something like that. The one by Joss Whedon, which I thought was absolutely terrible. Did not like it one bit. But this one I did kind of like, but I had some, information going in and read the synopsis. I wasn't going in fully, like unaware of what I was watching. And I think that helped out a lot because I was ready to loathe this movie because I did not like Joss Whedon's version, but it turns out I was pleasantly surprised. But again, my expectations were incredibly low. So even though it was so much better than I was expecting, I don't know if that is saying much, but I did enjoy the movie. The movie starts off with like these men coming home from war. I believe that's what they're doing. Again, even though I think I got it, I may not have gotten it all. But I think they're coming back from war. And this is like during their title sequence, their credit sequence, which I'm always interested in seeing what movies do during that period of the film. And this one was so epic. It was giving me goosebumps. It's a like all-star lineup of people. We have Denzel Washington looking more handsome than he has ever looked ever. Like normally when I think of him, I'm just like, yeah, that's, a guy kind of like a dad or something like that. But he was looking very attractive, very handsome, very awesome, very cool and charming, which I guess, he usually is. But this was like oh, whoa, you're like a heartthrob right now. And Keanu Reeves, sort of the same thing, has this great beard going on, sort of that John Wick style beard, but movie came out in '93, so he's a much younger version of that. Williams, was it William? What's the guy from House? Not House, but the second person. He's in it. He's from the Robin Williams movie with kids. I don't know. It's not coming to me right now. Dead Poet Society. Also, who else? We have other people. Kenneth Branagh, he directed the movie. He's in it also. He just never really, I don't know. He's never done anything for me. In any movie I've ever seen him in, I'm just kind of like, okay, Kenneth Branagh. Here is something that my wife noted. He directed the movie, but he seems very excited that he knows Shakespeare so well. Like, he knows that he can recite Shakespeare perfectly, and he knows it, and you can see that he knows it in his performance, which I thought was pretty interesting. But anyway, that opening title sequence was fantastic. I just can't get over how good-looking Denzel Washington is in this movie, because I've never thought of him in that way. He's just like played these parts, and I've never been like, wow, that guy is a heartthrob. Totally a heartthrob in this movie. Kate Beckinsale is also in the movie. May know her best from her Underworld films, right? I think that's how everybody knows her best. I don't know. I think a lot of people like Adam Sandler's Click. Maybe you know her from Click. I don't know, a lot of things. You know, she's been in a lot. She did a Jane Austen movie that I can't remember the title of, but I really liked that. I thought that was good. I wish I had the title for you. And Emma Thompson. Okay, I have always loved Emma Thompson anytime I've seen her in anything, but I don't think I realized that I wanted to marry Emma Thompson until I saw this movie. So, I don't know. This movie did a lot for me when it comes to Emma Thompson and Denzel Washington. I just thought they were fantastic people on screen. Like, I was just like mesmerized by both of them. It's like, wow, you two are fantastic, phenomenal people. I don't know. Should I get into the plot? I don't know if I really want to get into the plot because I feel like, I don't know. Basically it is lies are told, and you know, people think people are cheating on one another, and everybody is like fighting and upset, but then it all turns out, you know, everybody finds out that it's a lie, and then it was all just much ado about nothing, right? Okay, actually, I want to get back to people in this movie, like Michael Keaton. So this would have been like, I think, soon after 93. When did, yeah, this would have been soon after Batman Returns, right? Yeah, time-wise, pretty sure. But I've heard a lot of people say that they want a sequel to Beetlejuice. And if you want a sequel to Beetlejuice, just watch this version of Much Ado About Nothing. Because he is Beetlejuice in it, but with like an Irish pirate accent. But he is doing so much Beetlejuice stuff in it that you kind of feel like they just cast Beetlejuice, not Michael Keaton, in this part. Much of the movie is a comedy, much of the story is a comedy. As we know, Shakespeare wrote a lot of comedies. And, you know, there's a lot of drama in it as well, heavy on that. But Michael Keaton is so out there. He is the cartoon of this movie. He's, because of the way he's acting like Beetlejuice. But I loved it. I thought it was great, even though it felt so far from the movie. And again, I haven't read Much Ado About Nothing, so this could be in the story, but there's a part when he's like leaving the area where most of this movie is taking place, right? And he has kind of like a little buddy that follows him around. And he's like a warden. He like holds prisoners basically, but like a traveling warden, it seems like. And he's leaving this location, and he starts like fake riding a horse, like Monty Python style. And I mean, this wasn't happening, but you know, he was like running away like this, like he was riding a horse. And I was just like, did Shakespeare do this? I want to know. I don't want to know enough to look it up, but if you know, did Shakespeare actually like write that in Much Ado About Nothing? And if so, tell me in the comments, because that is interesting to me. Or was it a way to like pay homage to Monty Python type stuff? Or did Monty Python get it from Much Ado About Nothing, the story? I don't know, but I thought it was really funny. Michael Keaton was so hilarious in it. And again, if you're looking for Beetlejuice 2, just watch this, because I don't think they should make a Beetlejuice 2. We have Beetlejuice. It's good. We like it. Why possibly ruin a good thing? I feel like if what you have is good, don't expand on it. When you have a major franchise and, you know, you're in your fifth movie your fifth movie sucks and it's terrible, it's one of the worst movies in your franchise, make another one. That's when you should make a sequel, to make a better version. Commit to making a better version and end on that version. Like the Fast and the Furious movies. You know, 4 is good, but I didn't really care about 4. But 5 I thought was great. Popcorn, mainstream fun. That would have been a perfect place to end. Because then I kind of get muddled in everything that's happening now. I don't really know what's happening now, even though I've seen all of them. I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw, but I've seen all of them. And I'm just kind of lost. I think they should have just stopped at 5, but maybe they couldn't. Maybe that was some sort of cliffhanger at the end. I can't remember. But from what I remember, it had a nice, clean ending to it. Actually, I think something was going on in the end credits. Yep. I think I remember like Eva Mendes showing up in the end credits. But anyway, we're here to talk about Much Ado About Nothing. And in the end, I found it to be much better than I was expecting. But again, my expectations were incredibly low. And it does take a while for me to follow it, because that's just how I am with Shakespeare. I need a synopsis. I need to read the play first. And that's how I get through Shakespeare. Like in high school, we read Hamlet, Caesar, Romeo and Juliet. We didn't watch a movie for Caesar. It's called Caesar, right? The Et tu, Bruta, then fall Caesar, right? Was that how it's called? I can't remember now. But we didn't watch a movie for it, so it doesn't matter anyway. But reading Hamlet and reading Romeo and Juliet helped with those movies when we later watched those in class. We watched the 60s Romeo and Juliet, and we watched the Mel Gibson Hamlet. So knew what was going on because I had already read the plays. And this movie, because of the synopsis that my wife was reading, shadow, that helped a lot. I think that really it gave me an understanding of what was going on beforehand, so I didn't have as much catching up to do when the language was a little too much for me, to begin with. To begin with, what is this? A Christmas Carol? Okay, so I just got distracted because I had like a text show up or a reply on like one of my YouTube videos. So I was like, oh, somebody watched something. But anyway, all I'm saying is the synopsis helped me out, and I feel like I'm just rambling anyway. I like this movie a lot more than I was expecting. Again, I was expecting very little because that Joss Whedon one was so terrible. And I thought it was good. Keanu was good too. It wasn't in as much as, the ones that he's leading, but he was in it. And he is the reason we watched this movie. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.